Welcome back to the Bowling Sisters, and I am back, and today we are talking about our Fantasy Premier League. Game Week 10 is just upon us, so we have a lot to talk about. First, let me tell you what happened with me in Game Week number 9. I did a big blunder. Yes, I did, and that blunder was I changed my captain at the last moment. I had Haaland captain, if you can remember, so you'll find my last fantasy video over here. But then when the deadline was dawning upon us last week, I changed my captain from Haaland to Tooney. But then I felt that Tooney is going to do me good because he was playing Bournemouth, but Bournemouth held them for a 0-0 draw, and that set me back quite a lot, with Haaland scoring a hat-trick against Manchester United, which I didn't expect. So what that did was, it put me back quite a way, and that was something which I didn't expect to happen last weekend. But let's come on to my Game Week number 9 team and how did it perform. So my team is, which started off in my goalkeeping, again, like I had a discussion last time around, I had Henderson over Ramsdale last week, but he again gave me only 1 point. I had Perisic, he gave me 1 point because they lost to Arsenal. Cancelo gave me 1 point because they conceded 3 goals. Trippier was one of the people who gave me the highest points, 7. And then UEFA Champions League's man of the match and Chelsea's most prolific player on the pitch as of now, Reece James, gave me 2 points. In my midfield, I had Luis Diaz, who gave me 4. De Bruyne gave me 8. Martinelli gave me 4. And my front three, which I had changed, which was 2 for Tooney, 8 for Jesus, and 23 for Haaland. My bench was more or less the same: 2 for Ramsdale, 0 for Estupinian. Andreas Pereira gave me 2 points, and Murphy gave me 2 points respectively. What that does is that it put me back pretty badly. What that did was my total game week points was 61. My game week rank was 7.2 million. I did one transfer last weekend, which removed Greenwood to bring in Tooney. Also to point out, my overall rank has fallen to a 1.5 million. Now what that does is I don't have a lot of space for doing changes. Like I said earlier, I had 3 million in my bank, which I obviously utilized to bringing in Tooney. Now I am in a fix of what should I do. But for this week, let's get on to my game week 10 team, and I really want to say that what I am wanting to do. My goalkeepers, I'm switching again, and this time around I'm bringing back Ramsdale from the bench. He's playing Liverpool at home, which I know are not performing so well, so I'm expecting some magic from Ramsdale to come in. He's playing Liverpool at home, so he will be my first choice goalkeeper. My backline more or less remains the same. I am not doing any changes for the whole team altogether. So there is going to be no changes in my backline. I've got Perisic, who's playing Brighton, and Hove, who are performing. So it's going to be a fight for the 3rd and the 4th position in the Premier League. I've got Cancelo, who's playing Southampton. I hope the Pep Rule doesn't come in and point us out. Then I've got Trippier, who's going to be playing Brentford. And then I've got James, who will be playing Wolves at home, who've again not been performing so well. Then in the mid, I have got Luis Diaz, who's playing Arsenal away. I've got De Bruyne, who's playing Southampton. And then I've got Martinelli, who's playing Liverpool. So that is going to be my mid, and I did think about removing Luis Diaz and bringing in somebody else, but then it didn't fit that should I do that change or not, because if I remove Luis Diaz right now and if I bring in either Maddison or Trossard, because Maddison isn't in a form of his life, but he's 0.1 out of my budget, so I really don't have a lot of scope for him. And then I've got Trossard, who's at a 6.7. But then again, the thing is that if I go for a Trossard, his fixtures in the coming weeks, in the coming 3 weeks, in game week 10, 11 and 12 are Tottenham, Brentford and Nottingham Forest. So that is something which is putting me into a skepticism. Should I go in for him, because will he be able to score goals or not? So that is something which I have to look at. And then in game week 13 and 14, Trossard is playing Manchester City and Chelsea respectively. So that is something I am thinking about. So I am not very sure, should I bring him in or should I bring in Maddison in, because he's been performing pretty well for Leicester City, no matter what, however their performances have been. Because if I remove Luis Diaz, then I don't have anybody from Liverpool. And for Maddison as well, I have the next 4 games are very, very good fixtures. So we've got Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Leeds and Wolves, which are point scoring goals. So what I might do now is maybe replace and I'll not be able to bring in Maddison because of an 8.1. His price has increased, so I might wait a little to bring him into the team. So on that note, I will not do any changes in my midfield and keep my 1 transfer for this week and start playing on my 2 transfers next weekend. So I have got in my front line, I have got Tooney, who's playing Newcastle, who are in the form of their life. So most probably Brentford might be able to strike 1 goal or 2. I don't expect them to do a lot of damage to Newcastle. So if Tooney scores, it's going to be a good week for me, I hope. And then I've got Jesus up front for Liverpool, playing against Liverpool, and then Haaland. One thing for sure, which I really want to talk about, is that for Haaland, I am very sure from now on, and a lot of players will be doing, and his ICT index is off the roof, and I think so about 90% people own him right now. But I'll tell you, what I am planning to do is from now until at least the next 3 games, till the time City is not playing Arsenal, which is being postponed in game week 12, I will still like to keep him. And also will try and keep him as the captain of this team for as much as possibility, because Haaland and Manchester City are scoring goals for fun. City is playing Southampton this week. I'm expecting a riot of goals happening for Southampton. They are one of the teams which will concede about 8-9 goals. I hope they do, and Haaland scores a brace again, the 4th hat-trick, and that is at home for Southampton and Manchester City. So he's already scored 3 goals, 3 hat-tricks. And then they are playing Liverpool at Anfield. Before and post that, then they've got a 1-week blank for Manchester City and Arsenal, with the Arsenal playing the Europa League, which was postponed due to the passing of Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth at that time. So this game is being played then. So right now I am not doing any major changes, and my bench strength remains the same. I am keeping Henderson on the bench. He's playing Aston Villa at home. Estupinian is playing Spurs at home, so I'm expecting Spurs to score, and it is going to be a cracker of a game, because in the third in the sport pot, Brighton are performing very well. So we all know that Brighton is out there to perform. And then we've got Andres Pereira, who will be my second sub, who's playing West Ham, and then we've got Murphy, who's playing Brentford. So again, a lot of questions, should I play him or not play him? But then right now I feel that team is set on a 4-3-3 formation, and I'd like to keep that. And let's see what does this game week bring for me, because I really don't know what to expect. After my debacle last week, I expected to score high goals, and right now I'm falling away in my leagues as well. I will leave in the description, I leave the link for our group as well, the group which we formed in the Fantasy Premier League. So let's see if you guys want to join in. I'll leave that link in the description. Please go ahead and join that league for exciting games which are going to be coming ahead. So maybe you want to have the bragging rights for this. Maybe by the end of the year, we might start off a giveaway as well. So yes, we might start off a giveaway come January for the second half of the season. Whoever comes on top, we might create a different cup style head-to-head games. So we don't know what is coming on your way as well. So on that note, Thank you very much for watching. Do like, share, subscribe, enable those notifications, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.